Yo, what's up guys? It's Jack and welcome back. And this is kind of a follow-up video to the last video that I made, as well as to a comment that somebody wrote in my comment section for the last video. And my response was a big one. It was a long response, and it covered more than just Call of Duty being dead. It even got to the point to where maybe it just started to get a little personal, and it would have been much longer, a much longer response than I had written. So I said, you know what? Let's make a video, because this is something that is addressed to every single person that is subbed to me on this channel for one reason or another, and it's very, very important. It's kind of close to the chest, so I just want to kind of let it all out here and there, and I'm going to kind of let you guys in without going into too much in depth about what's going on with my personal life or whatnot. But basically, the comment was that I was playing Black Ops 2 on a fresh account to Master Prestige, which is what I'm doing streams on. And basically the gentleman was implying that COD already seems dead to you based on that, in his opinion. And he's right. He's actually almost right. And here's my response to that, which was, by the way, the comment was really good, because basically it's almost dead to me at this point. So here's my response. You're almost right. It's all but dead. One of the things that keeps me going is my subs, which gives me another reason to play. Another is also because I played and watched other really good players for so long to get better at the game, and to how people watch me and for the most part are entertained by it. It's motivating. I'm still not as good as I'd like to be, but I think I've come a long way. So in a sense, you guys that watch my videos and streams give me another reason to play. And I don't make a cent doing this, so you know my words are true. The hope that next year we get a solid game is something that also keeps my hopes up as well. If we get an American version of COD Online for console or something of that sort, that would keep COD alive on the channel for a long time as well, which would be great. I'm curious to see where COD goes in the near future, but to be honest, I'm not as optimistic anymore as I once was. If they manage to keep me interested, I will continue to play and post. But if it's going to be more or less another repeat of this year, to me, then COD will finally be dead. Also, I care about what everyone on the channel wants to see, because I get enjoyment out of it, and I value their opinions. If COD dies, then eventually, sadly, I will stop playing it, but what's worse is that most that come here come to see my content enjoy watching Call of Duty above other games. And that matters to me just as much as having fun with the game. So it's literally 50-50 at this point. This channel belongs to the subs almost as much as it belongs to me. And the only reason why I say almost is because I decide what I post and what happens to the channel in the future. And as always, thank you for your comments and when you come to see my streams. And that was basically my response. And to let you in a little bit on a more deeper note, YouTube has become such a part of my life to where right now in my personal life, I'm miserable. The last 4 months have been the last 3 months or so have been absolutely crazy, with shit just happening in life, and it's insane. And on top of that, there's some other things going on. So if you want to get serious, if you put it in all together, the last year, almost year and a half now, have been, well, actually, no, not a year and a half. It's been about a year now. Has been really, really, really stressful and depressing and all these different kind of things. And it hasn't slowed me down from creating content on the channel. It hasn't. So that just goes to show you the kind of impact that YouTube has had on my life. And there's even something going on in my life that this may or may not happen yet. It's too soon to tell at this point. But it's because of it, I may not be able to do YouTube anymore sometime in the future. But one thing I will say is that whether or not Call of Duty dies and whether or not YouTube gets so low to the point that I'll have to make another change, I have a contingency plan for that. And also, if I'm not able to post anymore due to life itself stopping me, I've created a contingency plan for that as well. This channel will move on with or without me, as I've briefly mentioned in a previous video that I made. And if that day were to come to where I personally wouldn't be able to post channel on this channel that I've created anymore, I will make a video addressing that and going into full detail, as well as what would happen in the future in terms of more specific details. And after that, the changes will take place, and there we go. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was how the changes that I would possibly make if Call of Duty again makes a turn for the worst what I'd be playing and all that kind of stuff. And again, as I mentioned in my response to the comment, my reply, it's important to me that a lot of people that come here to this channel, some people care about the commentator more than the gameplay. Some people care about the gameplay more than the commentator, and some people like to have both. Some people legitimately can't stand watching or listening to a commentary unless the gameplay in the background is something that catches their attention. It's just the way some people are wired, which I completely understand and I can actually relate to in a sense too. So I get it. And the thing is, I want to try to appease as many people as possible in one way or another. And the thing is, if Call of Duty does take a turn for the worse and it's not even fun anymore or whatnot, yes, I will have to stop posting it, and commentaries and gameplays and streams will continue on as usual, but different gameplays are going to be in the background. And I know for a lot of people that's not going to be something that makes them very happy, but I think it's very important mentally, especially, that that I keep enjoying what I do. And if I don't enjoy Call of Duty, then why keep playing it? Even though this YouTube channel is based off Call of Duty. And the thing is, you guys love the older Call of Duties, and I do too. But the thing is, we can only play them and post them for so long now, because it's not just because of the fact that, well, we can get bored after a while, but it's also the fact that the games are becoming less and less playable as time moves on, in terms of, hacking and all that kind of other stuff that takes place. So there's that to be taken into consideration as well. So basically, what I mentioned briefly in the last video, getting into possibly PC gaming, or maybe a different game on the Xbox One X, or a couple different games on the Xbox One X, like Unreal Tournament or Quake Champions, is something that may be in the works. Or if Halo, it's going to be different fast-paced first-person shooter games, even though Halo's not that fast-paced, but we'll see what they do with it. But it's going to be different fast-paced first-person shooter games that I enjoy playing, and that I think would be appeasing to the eye to watch at the same time. And yet commentaries and different things that I post will keep the same flavor, and I'll change it up from time to time, and I might even who knows what I'll decide to do in the future in terms of whether or not I decide to show myself or what's going to happen. But it also depends on what happens with Call of Duty and what happens with my personal life, and whatever happens, it's going to bring about change one way or another. But change is good. Change is good. So and it's healthy. It's just something that you have to just get used to and adapt to. But it's something that I wanted to address. And again, if it really gets to the point to where I won't be able to post any more, me personally, then rest assured that there will be a video explaining it and what will happen after that. But as of right now, in terms of the future of the channel, as of right now, what is set in stone is that Call of Duty and everything will continue to be posted. And if Call of Duty makes a turn for the worse, then you can expect more of other games, as well as the future slowly but surely kind of changing in terms of the gameplay that I decide to post in the background. And that's one of the reasons why I developed the name, why I came up with the name Jack of All Trades. The reason why, the primary reason, is because in life I've developed this philosophy through the martial arts as well. And that is that it's better in life to be good at many things rather than just to be great at one thing and, to be absolutely bad at every other thing. So, in other words, the philosophy behind that is there's always something to learn. There's always another game to learn, a new game to play, new experiences to be had in life. And that's basically where the inspiration to that name came from. And it's a really good way to live your life. It's a good way to be humble. And that's why the name Jack of All Trades, that's where the name of Jack of All Trades came from. And that is why it is also important for this channel to move on with or without me, because it's bigger than just one person. It's not all about one person. It's not always about one game. And with life, as things change in life, it's also important that we change and adapt along with it. And sometimes it sucks because there are certain things we just absolutely love to do. Like I love Call of Duty, I love Black Ops 2, and I would love to continue to keep posting Call of Duty, but with the changes that happen in life and the changes that take place with this game, as well as personal life and how everything connects, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to bring about change. But that's something that I just kind of wanted to talk about and kind of give you guys a little bit of in-depth, because as time has gone on and as I've gotten in contact with you guys more, as the channel's been getting bigger, and those of you from Thunderstruck Gaming that came along recently that pretty much like to watch Call of Duty mostly, as well as even some people that have seen some of my Halo gameplays that have been here, which by the way still breaks my heart that I don't post any Halo, but I don't have that much to post, if anything, and I stopped playing the game as well because I'm doing Call of Duty. I'm having fun with Call of Duty and changing things up and doing all these other things, but yeah, I wanted to basically give a little bit of insight on what the future of the channel will hold and the kind of impact that YouTube has been having on my life, and it's been for the better. And one way or another, this channel will move on. And if I'm still going to be here and to continue to do this, and if YouTube ends up turning into Call of Duty, to where if Call of Duty dies, then if YouTube takes a similar approach and then that dies as well and it gets diluted and becomes crazier than it already is, and if it gets surrounded by so much negativity to where I'll just leave YouTube, I'll go on and stream. So, I love doing this, and as long as I'm able to do it, I will continue to do it. And especially if it continues to be fun. And as of right now, it is. But at the same time, we have to brace for whatever life throws at us, whether that's a change in Call of Duty, or even things that happen to us in the personal life. So I wanted to make this video to let you guys in on a little bit. I'm sorry for the length of the video being a little bit longer than usual, but I wanted to get this out to you guys. So anyway, guys, as always, feel free to mention anything you want in the comments. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.